If I wasn't laying down, I don't know what would have happened.
Now at 5 o'clock, an apartment shot up early this Monday morning. How close that bullet came to a man sleeping in his bed.
And a pregnant mom hospitalized after a crash with a suspected drunk driver. The impact this crash is having on her and all 3 of her children.
A few showers on radar tonight, but a stormy weather pattern ahead. I'll have your forecast for the week ahead.
And we are live downtown ahead of a busy city county council meeting with several key proposals on the agenda. I'll break them down for you coming up. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Tonight at 5 in Speedway, police are looking for the person or persons responsible for shooting up an apartment complex there. It happened early this morning, just about 1 o'clock. One person is now hurt. Our Chase House spent the day at the apartment complex where he spoke to a person who says they were nearly hit by one of the bullets. Let's get to Chase.
Parker says he was asleep in bed when a bullet went flying through his room and became lodged in his wall inches above his head. That bullet still stuck in Parker's wall Monday afternoon.
Scary. I mean, it was just frightening. Seeing like that right above my head.
Outside the apartment, several bullet holes can be seen in the siding of the building. Speedway police say when officers were on scene, they found shell casings in the street and shook up residents.
I heard like pop, 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 and then some sort of like debris. It might have been the window shattering down here. I don't know for sure, but I didn't hear any like car or voices, or I didn't hear anything else besides that.
Neighbors say they believe the person in the bottom apartment was being targeted, but Parker ended up being in the line of fire.
I had no idea for like hours that a bullet had flown right above my head while I was laying down, and it was scary. Like I saw it and my heart like dropped.
At last check, investigators were still searching for the person or persons who shot up the apartment building. Reporting in Speedway, Chase Howell, 13 News.
Anyone with information on the shooting is asked to call Speedway police. Officers have not released an update on the victim's condition.
Tonight, one person is in critical condition after someone shot them on Indy's south side.
So this happened around 9 o'clock this morning near Madison Avenue and Stop 11 Road. Our crew spoke to some people who live in the area, including a neighbor who did not want to be identified.
And she told us this isn't the first time they've had issues there. In fact, she says she has seen gun violence firsthand, and frankly, she's tired of it.
I need help from our community. Please hear our voice and know that we as residents want something done. As parents, I ask other parents, please teach your kids better. If they know better, they do better. And as a community, maybe we can make a difference.
Police do not yet have a suspect or a motive, but tell us that they are continuing to investigate. A new principal will greet students at George Washington Carver School 87. They're heading back to class in just a few weeks from now. IPS hired this lady, Elizabeth Kreutz, to lead the school after firing several school leaders. The district let the last principal and vice principal go after an investigation into the school climate there. The investigation was the result of a lawsuit that was filed by a student's family. They claim that a teacher there, who no longer works for IPS, encouraged classmates to attack their son while recording a video of it. The former teacher, Julius Jonikin, is expected back in court later this month on a charge of neglect of a dependent. Tonight, a man is under arrest after a crash killed a man and put a pregnant woman and her passengers all in the hospital.
It happened early Saturday morning on the southwest side of Indianapolis. Emily Longnecker is there with the lingering signs of the crash captured by a neighbor's doorbell camera. Emily.
Well, it's been 2 days since that fatal crash police say was caused by a drunk driver here on South Reisner Street. You can still see some of the cars here that police say he hit, as well as a memorial to the victim who died here at the scene. Police say he was a 19-year-old passenger in the suspect's vehicle.
Witnesses say the suspect was going 90 miles an hour when the crash happened early Saturday morning. According to police, the suspect first allegedly hit a car with a pregnant woman behind the wheel, who had 3 passengers with her. The next part of the crash was captured by a neighbor's doorbell camera. That's when police say the suspected drunk driver hit 6 other vehicles parked on Reisner Street. 2 of her passengers, a 5-year-old and 14-year-old, were both injured, the 5-year-old critically. Hall spoke to 13 News from her hospital bed, where she's recovering from her injuries in the crash and the emergency C-section she had once she got to the hospital. Her baby, a little boy, was supposed to be due next week, but came early.
I remember getting in the hospital, and when I got in the hospital, they did a CT scan, and I just remember having contractions real bad. And she came in and said that I would have to deliver the baby. So that we got prepared for a C-section, and they did the C-section, and he came. He's perfectly healthy.
Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear more from the pregnant woman forced to deliver her baby emergency C-section after the crash, and we'll give you an update on how the passengers in her car are doing. On the Southwest Side, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
All right, thanks, Emily. And tonight, the attorneys for a former Colts player are demanding the Cass County Court schedule another hearing to set bail and release him.
Daniel Muir's attorney saying that he's being held illegally right now in Logansport. You might remember the judge didn't set bail last week, calling Muir a flight risk. Now Muir's attorneys argue that such a move is unconstitutional under both state and federal laws. Right now, Muir is charged with obstruction of justice and battery as part of an investigation into the alleged abuse of his 14-year-old son. The judge is expected to review the bond and no contact order at a hearing that's set for next week. Right now, the trial is currently scheduled for November. Looking ahead toward the end of the week, I-465 North is going to be closed on Indy's southeast side. Brace yourself, it all starts Friday.
Yeah, like the closure for the southbound lanes, this will impact thousands of drivers, and it's going to last for 3 weeks.
As you can imagine, there was a lot of talk about it. INDOT confirms they received a lot of feedback on the southbound lane closures, and they're trying to make it as easy as possible on all the drivers. So this construction happens to be the second phase of 6 phases. This is all part of that Restoring I-465 project. And for the next 2 weeks, people all across Bloomington are going to see crews out and about cleaning up damage from a summer storm that blew through.
The city is partnering with the Williams Tree Company in Martinsville to help remove tree and plant debris from properties within city limits.
All you have to do is put the debris in a pile near the road and make sure it's not blocking anything.
There we go. All right, so let's chat weather because we have some rain that's on the way. Correct, Angela?
Oh, we do. What's left of Hurricane Beryl that made landfall early this morning across southeast Texas, and it will impact us locally the next couple of days. I've got a few showers on radar to show you this evening as well. Let's start with the warmth. We're in the upper 80s and low 90s right now, as warm as 91 in Bedford, 88 degrees in Richmond and Terre Haute, 87 in Indianapolis. We will stay in the 80s all the way through 10 o'clock this evening with a mix of sun and clouds through sunset and the chance of a stray shower or two. These become more numerous during the day tomorrow and again on Wednesday. Rain and storms in our forecast over the next couple of days. Mentioned radar. We've got a few showers northwest of Indianapolis, so we're north along Interstate 65. All of this moving from southwest to northeast. So heads up, Monticello, you've had some rain already. What's moving your way? Probably 15-20 minutes away or so. We're also starting to notice the leading edge of once Hurricane Beryl. This is now working its way across the southern sections of Missouri. The center of that once hurricane just southeast of Dallas. This is triggering tornado watches and warnings. We will watch the track of this closely. The local impact, the threat of severe weather and some heavy rain. Lots to cover in the forecast for the week ahead.
All right, thanks so much, Angela. You can track all of this with our interactive radar on our live Doppler 13 weather app. You can also sign up for notifications. That way, you're up to date on any severe weather that may be headed our way. Looking ahead to tonight, in just 2 hours from now, the City County Council is going to hear several new proposals, including issues that address pedestrian safety and a tax district in downtown Indy.
Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick is live ahead of tonight's meeting with what we can expect. Hey, Lauren.
That's right, Anna Felicia. It is going to be a busy night for the City County Council with several proposals on the agenda that are getting a lot of attention tonight. Of course, first there is that downtown tax district. It's called an economic enhancement district, and it basically charges a fee to downtown property owners to improve public safety, homelessness, and beautification efforts. You might remember this district was first approved by the council last year, but then lawmakers attempted to stop it. So leaders made some changes. Under this new proposal, apartment owners in single-family homes are not required to pay the fee. Downtown Indy Inc. says it will still get the job done.
There is real momentum around this investment. There's real desire from downtown stakeholders to see it continue.
Also tonight, several counselors will introduce a plan to create a Vision Zero program. It looks to eliminate traffic fatalities and severe injuries by 2035. Part of the proposal includes creating a citywide task force. We plan to talk to the counselors behind that proposal later tonight. And also, as a reminder, these proposals are only being introduced tonight, so the counselors will not be voting on them. Instead, they'll be sent to individual committees for further discussion and then sent back to the full council for a vote next month. So Ann and Felicia will be inside that meeting starting at 7 and bring you the latest at 11.
Yeah, a lot of issues that people are following closely. Thanks so much. We'll tune in tonight for the recap. Thanks, Lauren. Well, it's about to be a lot easier for people in Indiana to get high-speed internet.
Earlier today, Governor Holcomb announced Indiana is getting $868 million in funding from the Broadband Equity Access and Deployment, or BEAD program. It's part of Biden administration's Internet for All initiative.
Holcomb said it would help areas where internet access now is falling behind, and it will also help bring communities together.
Well, coming up, a woman killed after a shooting ended in a car crash.
We take you to the growing memorial now that's at the scene of the crash. That's ahead here at 5:30. But first, right now at 5. Tropical Storm Burl is now over the U.S.
The water the storm is leaving behind in Texas, and when we could even see some of the rain here. Plus, on the defense.
The message from the White House tonight as calls continue to grow for President Biden to drop out of the running for our country's next presidential election.